It looks like Absurd Ventures, the studio founded by Dan Houser, is gearing up to start making their very own open world game, which could mean that finally Rockstar might be getting some actual competition, ironically enough, from the people that helped make them the franchise that it is today. On the career page of the website, you can find several listings for an art director, lead designer, gameplay designer, senior art director, senior producer, senior technical director, and technical director. Basically, the main roles before you start with an entire team. They also say that over the coming months, there will be more roles announced, and basically, they seem to be building up for a team with a description, meaning that they're trying to build up a best-in-class open-world game with the best shooting, the best everything, and yada yada yada. Which sounds an awful lot like they're trying to do exactly what they were doing with GTA. Maybe, just maybe, this could be the GTA 6 that they had envisioned and not the one that Rockstar's currently building. Obviously, a game on the scale of GTA requires thousands of people, and the reason why GTA is as big as it is, or even Red Dead Redemption 2 to take like the most recent example, is because Red Dead Redemption 2 had like 3,000 people working on it. And if you're a studio just starting out, that might not be as easy, especially with the amount of capital that Rockstar has and has the backing of Take-Two, which has even more money. You kind of get where I'm going with this. But the studio itself should not be taken for granted here. Like, Absurd Ventures has some hard hitters in there. Dan Houser himself, who was responsible for a lot of the writing within all those games made by Rockstar. Then there is Laszlo, Michael Unsworth. There's probably also a whole heap of other ex-Rockstar employees that are veterans of making those games that are now at Absurd Ventures, which could very much mean that this could be a very interesting bit of competition. Now, obviously, it's gonna be a long time until this team is set up, until they're actually like making the game itself. So this is years and years away. So don't expect it to be a direct competitor to GTA 6 because that is virtually impossible, especially if you're making an open world game. Personally, I'm a big fan of this happening for the simple reason that this could mean two things. Like I said before, this could be Dan Houser's and those guys that were formerly at Rockstar, their vision of what GTA 6 was going to be, or it could be a completely different take on the open world genre and basically be a lot more experimental that maybe they wanted to do at Rockstar, but the higher bodies above them were like, yeah, that might not be a bad idea, because obviously with a GTA game, as much as you want to, you kind of still have to stick to some kind of formula, whereas if you're an indie developer, you don't really have to stick as much to a formula, if you will. You have a lot more room to, I guess, experiment. And I guess it could be very interesting to see what their take is going to be like on what is an open world game. If anything, those guys that are working on that from a narrative perspective, because that's mostly the people that Dan was working with, but at the same time, it obviously came from the brains of those people. But I do want to stress though, this could mean a lot of very cool things and some genuine and cool competition to Rockstar and their open world games. But it could also be a realization that if you want to make a game like Rockstar makes, you need thousands upon thousands of employees. Which also means that I should stress again for the upcoming GTA 6 that GTA, or just any game made by Rockstar or any studio for that matter, is not made by a few key studio heads that happen to be always be the big names, right? It's made by hundreds if not thousands of people that all have their own input and are there at the company for a particular reason, because when they were hired, they knew that they were going to bring something special to the table, especially at a company like Rockstar. I don't think you just simply get in there just to get in there, right? There's levels to this stuff. Maybe I'm sounding so much like a fanboy, but you get what I'm trying to say. Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't the game that it is because, you know, they just hired anyone. I mean, Ubisoft apparently is also releasing a new Assassin's Creed game, which has been going well. With that said, that's it for this one. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. Leave a like, subscribe, and become a member like Chloe, GTA Plus, Notorious Jam, Dan, and the Chrostronics. And I'll see you all later.